Good evening, everybody. It's Lisa. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's late at night, and I apologize for that. It's been quite a day indeed, but I made it through, and I just needed some downtime. Yesterday I had the root canal, and luckily I didn't bruise, so I'm good there. But I'm recovered enough to do this, and this is a top 5 from Sir Spooks, and this is supposedly 5 real life videos. So we're gonna check this out together because I'm kind of curious as to what this is all about. So let's do this.
You've all probably seen either The Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity, two hugely profitable horror films in which footage shot from the victims is recovered and shown to us to appear real. Although many people thought Blair Witch Project was real, we quickly learned that that wasn't the case. Found footage films rarely fool or surprise anyone these days, but what might surprise you are real-life found footage tapes, many of which...
How many of you saw the Blair Witch Project? Now, how many of you thought it was real? When I went and saw it, I thought it was real. I know, it's stupid, but I did. I thought that it was real footage that was really found. And it was very convincing, in my opinion. So I was very disappointed to find out that it was just some actors in a low-budget movie that apparently made quite a lot of money.
Are way scarier than the fictional tapes. This subject was the most popular choice in a poll I did on Twitter. If you want to take part in future polls, then follow me on Twitter at @TheSirSpooks. With all that said, let's start off the list. In August 1989, a family whose car had broken down found a videotape wrapped in an old military fatigue jacket beside Highway 205 near Stockton, California. The family gave the videotape to investigators after they watched it. The tape shows flames consuming a house at night as an eerie voice whispers, "Ancient spirit of evil, look at it. The fire department is trying to put it out." What a laugh. The narrator, who we do not see, can be heard breathing heavily and laughing, while talking to a mysterious figure he named Omar. Some investigators thought that what the narrator said could be reference to Satan.
Well, Oma, in I believe Greek, means grandma.
Investigators got 1,600 calls and possible leads from people across the nation after the videotape was shown on the national television program Unsolved Mysteries.
This is what goes through his mind as he's...
The case was eventually solved. Several residents identified the house on fire as a house in Redwood City, 80 miles from where the tape was discovered. Surprisingly, on the night of the fire, a fire chief also videotaped the fire for training purposes. The two videos were compared and were shown to be identical, and it was confirmed that the house on the arsonist tape was the Redwood City house. A 17-year-old and a 19-year-old from the Redwood City area identified themselves as the arsonists. Since they were both juveniles when they set the fire, they were both tried as minors. One of them served time in juvenile hall, while the other was committed to a state mental hospital.
I'm sorry, but those guys sounded absolutely insane, and they should not be set free. I'm sorry. If they were minors, that's just too bad, because I mean, to hear them talk while they're videotaping the actual fire, it's like they were getting off on it. They were really enjoying what they were doing. So that doesn't just go away. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just go to a couple therapy sessions and bam, it's all better.
This videotape shows a fatal plane crash. It all happened on August 10th, 1984, when a Cessna L-19 Bird Dog, piloted by James Jeb Cadell, 38 years old, was en route from Granby to Jeffco Airport, Colorado. The plane crashed as the pilot had not taken into account the density altitude conditions that were present on the day of flying. The plane was unable to climb away from steadily rising terrain. Just before impact, you can hear the pilot yell, "Damn, hang on, Ronnie," to his backseat passenger, Ronald Hugh Wilmond, age 36.
Damn, hang on, Ronnie!
3 years later, the wreck was found by a pair of backpackers. They even found a heavily damaged tape, which contained this almost 7-minute long video shot from a VHS camcorder.
Can you imagine that? I don't like to fly. If I can't have control over a vehicle, now I know they say that driving is more dangerous than flying. Obviously, there's more car accidents than there are airplane crashes. However, I have control over my car. If another car, I'm a defensive driver, so I know what to look for and I know how to protect myself. When you're in the air, can you just imagine? You know your plane's going down and you have all that time to think about, I'm about to die. The last time I flew was 5 years ago. After my father passed away, I had to fly back to Florida. And honestly, I didn't care because I was numb from the passing of my dad, but most generally, I would have needed medication. Some Xanax or something to definitely calm the nerves.
This eerie footage allegedly shows the last moments a man encountered before forever getting lost in the maze we know as the Paris catacombs. In the video, the man is seen discovering thousands of piles of human remains. As the man tries to find a way out, he seems to become more and more.
I believe that the catacombs are now closed off. I mean, you can't. I think there's certain parts that you can tour. Please let me know in the comments below, but I believe that there are parts that are for tourists, but I also believe that there are parts, like, you can't go in there on your own and, explore on your own, because a lot of times people don't make it out.
More panicked. He eventually drops the camera, but it keeps rolling as his footsteps disappear off into the darkness. Therefore, we don't actually know whether or not he made it out alive, or if the videotape is even genuine.
It's very bizarre. These arrows point in a direction. Occasionally also, he stops to photograph roomfuls of bones, which means that he's very, very deep inside the catacombs. So basically, he's filming what he's seeing very deep inside the catacombs. human bones. The catacombs for centuries. So it is possible with these paintings that we may be able to retrace his itinerary to some
That's
extent.
disturbing.
He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors.
The camera was later allegedly found by another group of explorers, who reportedly took the tape to authorities.
That just seems stupid. That's the only thing I could say about it. It's stupid. Why would you go and explore something so deep? And it's like a huge maze. Like, how are you going to be able to get out of there and not panic? I would panic. And I've heard that the catacombs are very haunted. So, and possibly even cursed. So that was asinine. And that person was probably never heard from again.
On the morning of April 16, 2014, the MV Sewell sank while carrying 476 people. 172 people survived the Sewell ferry disaster. The captain and most of the crew were hugely criticized for their actions. As passengers stayed in their cabins as instructed, the captain and crew members abandoned the ship. As the ship capsized, some passengers followed instructions to stay put, even as the water came in. 2 phones were found in which video footage from the incident was discovered. The footage was taken by 2 boys from Danwon High School. Neither of them survived. In the video, you can hear some kids joking around, while others are talking about their families. Some are even saying their farewells, realizing that they probably won't be rescued. They all seem to be confused by the situation and the fact that they were instructed to stay. It's absolutely heartbreaking to watch, especially knowing what eventually happens to them. If you want to watch the video, I'll leave a link in the description.
Okay, now with that one, I'm glad that they didn't play the audio, because that would have been absolutely heartbreaking. But as crew members, you're supposed to go down with your ship. That's the noble thing to do. That has always been the thing to do. Dating all the way back to the Titanic. I mean, we all saw that movie, The Titanic. And the captain perished with his ship. That's how it's supposed to be. You don't escape and let your passengers die. That's... And those poor children. I mean, they're not children, but to me they're children. They had to have been terrified.
In the early 1990s, a homemade VHS circulated around called Grave Robbing for Morons. The video features a young man passionately explaining how to rob graves without being caught, what bones are most valuable, as well as other tips. He shows what appears to be an actual human skull.
Why? Why would you want to do that? Why would you actually want to dig up a grave and see what's inside it? I don't care how much money it's worth.
On this big, alright, if it's a male, you might have lines like that from the baldness. Okay? Now, so what you do is you grab it around here. You grab it here and peel it back like that. Okay? Peel it back, alright, and it'll pull off. It'll make a disgusting sound. To make sure that it's authentic. Or you take the dentures and you make sure they're with them, so that way the person knows who this person is. All right, because sometimes you go and you risk your ass looking for somebody. All right, and somebody might be paying some serious money for it. So you have to rub it and rub it and rub it, or you gotta wash off all the blood and everything, you know, because it's a bit more new. This one has almost no brains. Let me see. Okay, if it's raining the rain will help you a lot. If it's snowy, the snow will leave footprints.
No one knows if it's real or fake, making this one of the most mysterious found footage tapes out there. The entire video is 26 minutes long, so as always, check out the link in the description if you want to watch the full thing. And that was 5 real found footage tapes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Sir Spooks makes a lot of really great videos. You know, I lean more towards the paranormal, as you guys know, and nobody has left me any suggestions on what they would like to see me react to in the top 10 categories, which I welcome. I welcome it. I would love to be able to explore new things, whether it be animals or, you know, different genres of top 10 lists or top 5 lists. But I believe it really does take all kinds of people in this world, and I really do believe that there are some very sick and twisted individuals out there that you would not want to run into in a dark alley anytime soon. You know, it's just incredible to me. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you like the content that you're seeing here, make sure you subscribe and hit the post notification button so that you can get notified of whenever I do post videos. I do try and put out several a week. I'm not real consistent yet, but I'm working on it. So thank you so much for being here. And now we're going to get into some music. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.